Hello team, this is explainer video for Monday, the 19th. We are going to be doing is a muscle minute, upper push, low pull. Reminder that this is a minute of work, 20 seconds of rest. They go from exercise 1 to 2, 1 to 2, 2 rounds each exercise, then move on to the next station and continue on with 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8. First exercise we're going to be doing is the slider mini fit band glute push away. Don't necessarily have to name it this way, but just mini fit band slider glute. So here, we're basically gonna start off by stepping. Let me put you guys down a little bit. I already put the fit band on. So we're gonna come back a little bit. So fit band, we're gonna be stepping on it. So it's gonna be around the shoelaces and one foot is gonna be on that slider. We're gonna sit back into those hips, and as you guys are gonna push backwards at an angle and then forward. Push backwards at an angle and forward. So let me show you guys side view. So we're here, pushing back at an angle and down, back at an angle and down. You're gonna be feeling it in that quad and in the glute that you are pushing away with. The next one, I'm actually gonna get another slider here for you guys. So right here, we're basically gonna be doing is a plank push away is what I call it. So we're basically gonna stay in a plank position and we're dipping our chest through our shoulders. So the reason why I put sliders is just so that they don't start leaning backwards. So let me show you guys first before I start explaining it. So we're here, all we're gonna be doing is dropping our chest through our shoulders. Shoulder blades are together, we're pushing away. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. I want you guys to notice my hips. They're not dropping and then raising up. That's not the movement. It's really from down and away. So let me show you guys just standing up. So it's basically just the shoulders going back and forward. Retracting and pushing forward, okay? So it's really just those shoulder blades, a lot of stability in the shoulder. It is a core exercise, but it's mostly like the serratus anterior and just working all the muscles around the shoulder blade as well. That is number 2. I feel like I had a few more cues for that one. If they need to, they can also do it without the sliders, but again, the main thing I wanted to avoid was them leaning back and then just going here. So this is where they'll start hurting their shoulders. You wanna keep the shoulders above the elbows, down and up. Not so much forward and back on this exercise. Number 3, we're going over to box sumo sit squats. So we're basically gonna use the low boxes here. I know the boxes are nice and straight here, but we actually wanna put them in a diamond position so that way we could sit and straddle the box in the corner. So we're basically gonna point those toes the same way the knees are pointed. We're gonna sit back, if you guys can, tap, and then come back up. See you later. Again, tap as low as you can, coming down and back up. For those people who cannot get that low, what I was doing, I'll just put a plate right under them. So it could be a little platform, a little higher of a platform for them to tap and come up on. Just make sure you guys are watching their knees. A lot of times their form starts to fall off, so their knees start coming in and they start putting tension on that inner leg or the inner knee here. So we want to avoid that for sure. That is number 3. Number 4, we're moving over to a low to high fit band rig. Tricep extension. Again, I know ladies, they sometimes have ponytails or they just have their hair up, and it might be harder to do this movement. So I would just recommend you guys put the fit band higher. That way they're still doing that tricep extension. Okay, so basically you can use a fit band. I would honestly use reds or blacks. We're gonna go extend out and slowly back in, extend out, slowly back in. If it gets too hard, or if people want to challenge themselves with the reds, they can do single arm as well. Extend and down, extend and down. They can also hold their elbow, that way it stays in place on this movement. That is number 4. Number 5 we got is a foam roller bridge. I'm actually gonna bring you guys over here because this is where our sandbags are at. But those who actually are pretty advanced and you guys could tell that have a lot of balance on the foam roller doing a bridge, body weight first, I recommend you guys throw on like a 25 or just a light rec bag weight or some type of weight, medicine ball. Actually don't use rec bags because that's the next exercise, but put a little bit of weight on their hips so that way they're challenged here. So let me show you guys what the movement is. So we're laying down on the floor. Heels are right on top of that roller. The main thing I try to cue is that we're putting it as close as possible to our body, because a lot of times when it's further, they tend to go from heels and then they're pulling. Heels and pulling here. And I want really them to be in a static position, controlling the movement of the knee or the bending and holding of the knee, squeeze, 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 and then back down. Squeeze it up, holding it for a few seconds, and then back down. So again, weighted exercise. You guys can put some type of weight, not the sandbags, holding it up and back down. The reason why I say not the sandbags is because the next movement is a sandbag or a rec bag overhead press, a drag press is what I call it. So we're gonna grab some weight here. We're putting it up against the wall, and we're gonna stagger out the feet, bend the knees, bend the hips. All I want them to do is press up, slowly back down, press up, slowly back down. And the moment they get tired, they can use their legs to push it back up, okay? But the main thing I don't want them to do is using their back to lift, pushing their hips back and forward. You really wanna just bend down and coming up. So make sure you're telling them to keep your hips under your chest as opposed to behind your chest, okay? That is that movement. Where's my foam roller? Right over here. So coming back over here to the other side, let me check what exercise I have. I'm just talking nonsense so I could kill some time. That one was TRX push-ups. It was after that, after the rec bag drag press. So basically, just putting the TRX in the center. So right over here, I like this movement a lot. It's a lot of stability, so I would advise your clients to make sure they start off standing a little bit higher than usual. Get them used to the movement, and if the moment they feel like they can do more, definitely scoot back and come on down and breathe out as you push away, okay? Another thing I tell people is open up the feet so that way they're not feeling like they're twisting and they're moving that way or swinging side to side. Their feet are wide. It keeps them gets them a strong foundation on that one. And the final one we got is a kettlebell sumo figure 8. So here, we actually want to be in a sumo stance and stay low. Reason why I like this exercise is because it forces everybody to be in the proper position that I want them to be in. So here, grab the kettlebell. We're seated nice and low, sitting back, knees pointed out. We're passing, and passing. So no need to go super fast. Just tell them control it. Make sure they're not hitting their knees with the kettlebell. The other version or modification for that movement specifically, if there is too much with weight and they're just have a hard time just simply holding it, have them tap. Have them tap, because the moment they can't tap, that means they're not that low. I want them to get nice and low and tap and be able to tap their fingers together. Okay, that is number 8. Have fun with it. See you guys later.